All right, what's up, y'all? Welcome into the LA Sports Brotherhood. It's me, Brian, here with my brother Matthew, and we're here to talk about another successful series for the Dodgers. They went up to Toronto, the second series in this extended road trip, and took 2 out of 3 from the Blue Jays. Pretty convincing fashion, and kind of like we alluded to last week, the third game of every series that we're up 2-0 is going to be kind of weird with the lineup, and I will say it wasn't the worst lineup we've ever seen, but it definitely was like kind of the B squad, at least in terms of performance in the bottom of the bottom of the order for the game 3. But regardless, coming away another win, series one, and I think some positive momentum's building. So how you feeling about it, Matt?
I'm feeling good. I think we're officially rolling. It's going to be a great season, a lot of wins, and a lot of series wins, which is what I care most about. I just want to see as many series wins as we can.
Yeah,
So we started off this series in Toronto, first series against the AL East opponent, which is really hyped up around the league. But in Game One, the Dodgers poured on the Blue Jays as they get a multi-hit game from 6 different guys, and they put 12 on the board. And Stone had an absolutely amazing start. He went 7 innings, allowing just 1 run. And we go Stone to Ramirez, and we won the opener 12-2. And in Game Two, the Dodgers don't have quite the firepower they had in Game One, but we had Glasnow going, so it didn't matter. Another great start. 6 innings, just 1 run allowed, and then we went Glasnow to Kelly to Brazier to Phillips, and we won that one 4-2. And like you mentioned, we go for the sweep, but it's a Game 3, and Smith wasn't playing. So how do you think the offense was? Of course, they scored just 1 run, and we lost 1-3, but we still took the series on the road, so we'll take that. So get into the pitchers. As I mentioned in Game One, Gavin Stone was really good. He went 7 innings. Funny enough, he had, I believe it was 2 strikeouts.
yeah,
Yeah, 3 strikeouts. So, oh no, yeah, 2 strikeouts. Looking at the wrong one. And I mean, I'll take that. I'll take that every day. The biggest thing from the back end guys like Stone and Paxton is innings. With the way the bullpens looked, with the way the house is played out, and I don't know, man. I don't know about how you feel about it. I'll admit I was pretty down on Stone in terms of being like a real like starter for this rotation for time to come. But he's coming into his own a little bit. Like he has control of the mound. His control is just getting better and better. We know how good the fastball changeup combo is. I'm becoming really impressed with Stone, and I think you mentioned it. Your goal for him was to be so good that when we get healthy, like make Paxton go to the bullpen, make someone else go to the bullpen, like earn the spot. So where you're so good, we're having trouble to figure out who to take out, and it started really. I mean, it didn't. He actually started with a good start, and then there was a couple bad ones, but
yeah.
he's been better and better. His ERA is down to 4.68, which still isn't great, but I mean, just keep it going, keep the innings going strong. But yeah, I was very impressed with him. And speaking of impressive starts, Game Two is Glasnow, and he's my favorite pitcher since Bueller, and I absolutely love Bueller. Glasnow is just he's one of those guys in the league where it's like if he's watching, it's much watch TV. His fastball makes professional hitters look silly. It's ridiculous how great that pitch is. He racked up 9 Ks, of course, but I mean, there's nothing else to say about Glasnow. He's incredible. His control's getting better. His curveball's getting a lot better. Had the 3 walks, but I'd like to see that lower. But the biggest thing to me is, and I'll say it out the gate, we, Ryan and I, are not gonna complain about Roberts a whole lot. But this one I didn't agree with. So through this year, like I said, the health of the bullpen's been questionable. So I've like given him that leeway to push guys. But I don't see it here. He started the 7th inning with I think it was 90 pitches. I think if it's like 85 and above, you just let that go. Especially when the night before Stone gave you 7 innings,
Yeah,
and we got 2 innings from one guy who's not a part of like our main guys, and we try to push Glasnow another inning. I don't understand that, especially considering he is our pitching staff right now, pretty much. So we got to keep that guy healthy, and we had all of our guys lined up to just finish 3 innings. And I don't know, maybe it was because the next game it was a bullpen game. I understand that, but I don't know. I didn't like that. We got to be very cautious with Glass now. He is very precious to us. And I'll let you give your opinion on that because the next starter was Michael Grove, who pitched 2 innings, nothing to say. It's a Grove start. Give up runs, of course. But Ryan Yarbrough was the star of the show, of course. He's becoming one of my favorite guys. He's just been so reliable, and
Yeah.
you know, I mean, really, just nothing. The only word you can say is reliable. But yeah, nothing much to say about Grove. So yeah, I'll pass it to you. I'm sure you have thoughts on the Glasnow situation. Also, Stone. Stone was incredible.
Yeah, I'll say for Glasnow, I'll speak on it real quick. Sorry, I'm looking through stats. It's tough. He is the ace, and he wants to dispel the ideas about him, and so if he's feeling it, he gonna push it. What it sounds like to me is like it was a cramp, just a hand cramp, but it was kind of like a way to get Joe Kelly extra pitches because he was gonna come out in that situation anyway, which to me meant just don't put him back out there. I get wanting to get 7 or even going like 6 2/3, just any like extra length. But yeah, I agree with you. There's no reason for him to be out there. If the leash was going to be short, which I mean, 2 batters into the 7th inning, you look like you don't have it. You take him. I don't know if that's a short leash necessarily, but it's not. This is your inning, get through it thing, and it never will be in April, which it shouldn't be. So yeah, just take him out. It's fine. You can stretch Joe Kelly. They've used Joe Kelly once in like the last 9 games, by the way. That might be maybe like an extra game, but this last series they didn't pitch him one time.
Why we've been winning.
Yeah, I mean truly. But yeah, Gavin Stone, everything he said, I 100% agree with. I'm really happy for him. One thing that was interesting to me, he threw 92 pitches. I think it was 92, 94, and his changeup, which is objectively his best, most effective pitch, he threw that the 4th most of any pitch. He had more sinkers, more four-seam fastballs, more cutters, and he threw changeup 14 out of 94 pitches. The slider was at 13. So he either didn't have it because I wasn't able to watch the full game. He either didn't have it or wasn't feeling comfortable or frankly just wanted to change it up, which if he can have this effective of a start without his like by far most effective at least or most like lethal pitch, like a put away pitch, that's a really good sign for him because as that becomes more consistent for him, everything else, like instead of 2 strikeouts, maybe he's at 6 or 7 in 7 innings, and that kind of changes his ceiling. But yeah, pitching, honestly, super happy with it. Michael Grove is Michael Grove. I'll never get mad at him because sometimes he comes through, sometimes he doesn't. That's just what he does. And even then, it was a bullpen game. They only gave up 3 runs. It was all Michael Grove's runs. If you're pitching full bullpen for 3 or for literally all 9 innings and you only give up 3 runs, it's a good day. It's fine. I'll take that. Offense needed to come through and it didn't. But yeah, to that point, I want to get into what I think was probably the biggest takeaway for me, and it's that this is going to be very obvious. But when the bottom of the lineup hits, they're an unbeatable team, and I don't mean like bottom lineup has to go 9 for 12 on a day. Like, I think a stat I should have pulled it up specifically. But the stat on Sportsnet LA was like during this recent run, the 6 through 9 hitters were hitting like 270. That's not a crazy blow you away number, but it's a solid. Yeah, I know, but there's no OPS and stuff, so that's like a easier way. That's a more concrete way to evaluate. But they were like hitting under 100, so they've become competent. And what do you know? They go on a 6-game win streak and win 3 straight series. So to me, it's just Andy Pajes, which we will talk about here, and actually we're going to dedicate his own video because that's how important he's been to the team. But just his emergence and like low-key Kike Hernandez continual rounding into form of like just being an average player has been so essential to what the Dodgers have been doing and the success they've been having. So yeah, that's my biggest takeaway. Bottom of the order, crossing my fingers, please God, just keep working.
Yeah, I mean that's it's so funny. That's like just competent, and that's all you need.
Yeah.
You have like the best DH, the best second baseman, the best first baseman, the best catcher. Like literally, if not, then they're the second best. Just be competent in the bottom order. And there's a guy who's been an all-star, and like you said, there's gonna be a video about him because it's had that level of impact. Where I mean, man, if you can go 1-7 and not 1-6. It's huge. But yeah, to me, the biggest thing is Kike. If Kike can be a average hitter against lefties, I'm not even gonna say good yet.
Yeah.
That may be reaching a little bit. An average hitter against lefties, that's awesome. That's perfect because I mean, how many times are we gonna say it? We just need average hitters
Yeah.
because you're filling out 2 to 3 spots where you just gotta turn the lineup over to Mookie
Yeah.
Betts to Shohei Ohtani. And also, I mean, how many times is Shohei gonna break his hardest hit record? I mean, I'm just watching the game casually and hits a ball 119 miles per hour. It's that guy is freaking ridiculous, and he's gonna go down as an LA legend with the rest of them. I mean,
Yeah, it's
we don't say his name because I mean, what are you gonna say about Shohei? But I'm gonna try to shout him out as much as I can. He's been outstanding. He's hitting 336 coming off Tommy John. I mean, that's unheard of. He's been probably the second best hitter besides his teammate Mookie Betts, who by the way is hitting 387.
Yeah, it's
Shout out to those guys because without them, I don't know where we'd be right now.
I do feel bad because first of all, obviously 100% agree. I feel bad because, like you said, we don't really acknowledge the superstars because it's kind of like, yeah, they're superstars, and this is just for like when we make videos, we love them. We're very vocal about it. Otherwise, but like just when we're talking about them, you know, it's like trying to think about how we can improve. Like what's going wrong, or who like the underappreciated guys that are doing well. But yeah, Shohei and Mookie and Will Smith have been unbelievably great. Will Smith was 5 for 10 this series in 2 games. He's just incredible. He's just been so good, and I don't want to overlook that. Anyway, last little point about hitting. The platoon of Lux and Rojas, like it's legit platoon now. Rojas is getting every start against lefties. 4 for 13 doesn't sound crazy. 307 average. I'd take that every single series. Just give me that every single time. And Lux had 3 of those hits actually. So Lux he's still slapping like crazy. Like he's just a slap hitter, which is, you know, whatever, it's fine. But he's making more and more contact and more consistently. So as long as that's happening and that's a genuine visual improvement, I'll take it. So yeah, you got anything else for us?
My last real quick point is,
Yeah.
I don't want to see Outman, Lux, Barnes hitting 7, 8, 9. Like I get Barnes got to get some starts. You got to get Lux out, or you got to get Smith some rest. But we can't have those are the 3 worst hitters on our team right now. I don't think they can be hitting back to back to back. That's why we put up 1 run.
Yeah, that is really nasty. 100% agree. Also, Max Muncy's not a platoon player. I don't give a crap about Chris Taylor anymore. Stop platooning him to get Chris Taylor at bats. I don't want to see that ever again. I love Chris Taylor with all my heart. That's why it's been so rough. Like we talked about it before. He and Kike are genuine like Dodger legends in like the role player lore. But someone's got to go. Hayward's coming back, and I would rather see him get at bats over Kike or Taylor. Or at least have the platoon be Kike and Taylor. Kike and Hayward, excuse me. Because Pajas they're never taking the bat out of his hands, and they better not ever take the bat out of his hands. So yeah, they're going to have to make a decision between them sooner or later, but it should not take away at bats from Max Muncy. That's my final point. We'll be back. Stay tuned for the Pajas video because we're really excited about him, and I think every Dodger fan should be. Otherwise, keep it going. Headed to Arizona for the next series. Go Dodgers.